Welcome to the Okie Woodsman channel. I want you to be safe when you're running your saw, and I have to admit I am sometimes guilty of not wearing chaps because either it's too hot, it's inconvenient, or I'm just running the saw for a quick moment. I have a few pairs of chaps plus a brand new one that I haven't even taken a look at yet. These were sent to me some time ago, and I have to say I'm super impressed with the company because normally these off-brand Chinese type companies are extremely aggressive on like, hey, when are you going to get that video out? I've had those probably a couple months and I haven't heard a single thing from them. Either they've forgotten about me or they're that confident in their product that they're not too worried about getting as much exposure as they can every moment of every day. Yard Morris is a company that I have a tendency to see quite a bit on Amazon, and it seems as if people are pretty happy with the products overall. I've never tested any Yard Morris stuff, and yes, these were sent to me, so I did not pay for them. I hope that they're what I'm expecting, so we'll take a quick look at them, and I'll talk to you about why I have a tendency to wear those cheaper chaps over my Husqvarna Technicals, which are very good, and why I do not use those. And we'll see if these are going to be something that I might wear more. Let's take a look together. So this is a first look together. These have been stowed underneath my workbench for some time now, and I'm excited for these, and there's a couple reasons why I'm excited for these. These bags are kind of cool, but I will never use it again. You might ask why I would never use it again. It's because these are generally something that I wear, they get super sweaty and drenched, and I'm just not gonna shove them back in a bag because I try to keep them open and airy so that way they'll dry out. This is what I was hoping for on initial look here. Let's see how these are. At the very first appearance here, this canvas is much more heavy than like those cheap Pro Yamas over there. We'll be comparing those in just a second. It's like a little product guide here, or not a guide, but a book of other products they have. You know, when it comes down to these Amazon type products, sometimes they're really good, but a lot of times they haven't been super fantastic. It certainly depends on what your budget is and how often you're wanting to use it. My Husqvarna Technical chaps have held up extremely well, but heck, my Forester chaps, which are the cheapest ones I think on the log over there, they've held up wonderfully, and those are the ones I wear the most. You're seeing my reaction as we go. I ordered these in, I believe, the smallest size they sell them in because, well, I'm just short. One of the things that I don't like about the Husqvarna Technicals is that it's really hard to tell what size you want because they don't really have a lot of explanation as to what the sizing actually means. I can tell you right now that these are on a different level compared to the Pro Yamas. Again, we'll get back to that here in a moment. These buckles are super heavy duty, and these are heavy like the Husqvarna Technicals are as well. Wow. And you'll notice that these are black. The other day when I was filming my 500i for the first time, boy, did this shirt not clash with those neon orange. I looked like a burnt orange pumpkin out there. So that's partially what inspired me to do this video right now is these are black and I've always wanted some. I can tell you right now that at first appearance, there is no comparison between these Yard Morris Amazon ones and these Pro Yama Amazon ones. I don't even know what the prices are currently on all these, but I will put links down in the description. At first sight, these definitely feel on par in quality and weight of the canvas to the Husqvarna Technicals. This is my second pair of these Pro Yamas because I did do a cut test on them. They did successfully stop a chainsaw, so that's the most important part. But this canvas is super thin, which I guess could be an advantage, but I don't know if it's going to wear as hard. On their first generation ones, they had some weak stitching up here, and I ripped that crotch out immediately. Then I cut them, and so those are now gone. And like I said, they did successfully stop the saw. You'll notice that these look brand new. It's because I simply don't wear them, because I already have these and these, and I figured I would just save these for something else. I don't know what. Let's get these out of the way. Well, here, let's look at one more thing. You'll notice that these don't have like a liner sewn that seals in all of the anti-cut material or stuff that would bind up your chain. These, in fact, do. Oh, look at that. 3M Scotch-Lite reflect. Oh, that's just this little deal here. That's cool. We'll go ahead and remove these because these are the one pair that I probably won't be using. I could probably put those back in that bag. So initially, these would feel much more on par with these Husky ones here, but we'll compare some buckles and straps and just see what they're like. And again, I don't know what the cost is. If there's not a major cost difference, I don't know why you would buy these over these unless they simply don't have black ones and you want black. And this is just a first look, but I will be cutting in these today because I can't wear that neon orange with this color shirt again. I personally don't have any concerns of whether or not these would do the job they're supposed to do. These fully wrap the leg, and there is that cut material in here. You can feel it. It doesn't stop. It goes all the way to this corner here, and it kind of goes right about here, which is identical to how the technicals are themselves. One thing I'm noticing a little bit different is these technicals have this bottom flip that opens up. Boy, that needs to probably get emptied, doesn't it? There we go. Fills up with chips, so you can go ahead and empty out your chaps there. Almost never use that. And then these are Velcro. I think that probably the snaps are a little bit more secure. If you were going to put like a nice high quality scrunch in there, like if you're using a ratchet scrunch or something, I wouldn't be too worried about losing a regular scrunch. But if you had like a $20, $30 scrunch like that ratchet scrunch, I probably would rather have those snaps, I would think. We have the same number of snaps, it looks like. We got one down at the bottom, two up a little bit more. These are more evenly spaced, which seems to make more sense to me, but it probably really doesn't matter. We got a waistband with this snap up here. All the buckles seem to be nice quality. I'm gonna kind of flex it. Got a little bit of flex. As long as they are not brittle, I don't think there's gonna be a problem. There's the Husqvarna ones. That's more rigid. That is more rigid. So that plastic is probably a little bit thinner, but it could be a little bit more elastic, which could be better in the long run. That's just something that I'm not going to be able to test, and I'm not going to destroy them trying to find out. Let's look at these Forester ones. It's kind of in between the two, and these have held up. And like I said, I wear these mostly. Now let's talk about why I wear those most when those are really a superior, more protective set of chaps. It has everything to do with me wearing a pair of chaps that I'll actually wear versus the ones that would be good to wear, but I just don't want to, so I don't. Do you get what I mean? So because the backs are fully open on these, they're way cooler in the humid, hot summer here in Oklahoma. As soon as the weather starts cooling down, I always defaulted to those. They fully wrap your leg. They've been very durable, and I do drop down on my knees, and they have not been ripping up. And by the appearance of them, you can tell that I do not cut every single day of the year. So this is not a guy that has worn these thousands of days, and I can give you a full comprehensive review of what it would be like for a professional timber faller. This is me, someone that cuts more than the average firewood cutter. I'm an enthusiast. I'm always looking to cut up stuff like this for the local community, help people with storm damage, cut my own firewood, sell a little bit, make videos for you. And so I would appreciate you dropping down below, hitting that thumbs up button, subscribing and commenting if this video is proving to be helpful to you. So again, once the weather starts cooling down, these are what you'll likely see. Now these are actually nice enough, and the fact that they're black, I think I might really prefer these. Now, the fluorescents are really beneficial when you're working around other people cutting, or especially machine work. Machine work is critical that someone in a skid steer can easily find you. And so like today, I'm not gonna be wearing a hard hat or anything like that because I'm just cutting some firewood. But if I were in a forest type environment where we were pushing trees, cutting up brush and all that, and there was a skid steer and grapple running around, I definitely want to be seen. Yard Morris does have those bright options as well. Now let's see how these fit. Again, I believe I ordered the smaller size. So they're 100% polyester, made in China. We already knew they were made in China, right? I bet you those ones are too. Let's open this up. I think you're supposed to put them on and then fold that over. That's funny, they've got them strapped together here out of the box. Oh, there's already something I really like, I think. Actually, yes, there's something I really like. Well, kind of. So the straps have actually this Velcro on them, so that way they're not flopping around everywhere. My Huskies aren't like that. This one up here basically doesn't tighten sufficiently. I mean, it does, but what happens is then the Velcro really would need to go all the way over here. So this one's kind of not as useful. At least initially, I'm pretty impressed with how these are fitting. I still haven't finished this leg. One of the things I've always disliked about these, see if I can buckle this up and show you, is once you're all strapped, these are always flopping. So you might have a few inches, or you might have 4 or 5 inches hanging off of them. This is a much cleaner setup, and I think that's much less to trip over, to be honest with you. And I mentioned earlier that the ones on my legs are made in China, and I said that these might be as well. These are actually made in Mexico. So these are not Chinese made, these are Mexican made. So since these are made in Mexico and these are made in China, they are not built in the same place. These have absolutely been fantastic, but I do not remember what the cost is on these currently, and I don't know what these is, so I will go ahead and put the links down below. I can certainly tell you these are much more hot than these are right here. I kind of wish that these were on my legs right now, but I've got to get this review done, and again, I think that the black looks pretty cool. Let me know your thoughts down below. Would you do a black one, a green one? What color would you like yours to be? I also do want to get some pants because I think that would be the ultimate setup. This 500i has about 3 tanks of fuel through it and it hasn't been run in a few days. So let's talk about these Chaps. I can't speak to whether or not they're going to be fully safe or not. I cannot imagine that they wouldn't be. They have all the specifications on them. They look like they have all the pieces necessary to be compliant. I feel happy with how they fit. I actually feel happy that they're not too long. So that's a good thing for someone that's only 5'7" or so. And it's a big deal. It's a real big deal to have them fit well. Are you going to be seeing these on me? Yes, you will be seeing these on me, especially when it's cool. Right now it's probably about 80 degrees, and I generally wouldn't wear these sorts of things right now. I hope that you found this video interesting about these Chaps. I'm not going to take them and cut them because I want them. The company didn't supply me with another one, and if you've ever cut Chaps, it is a big deal to clean out the saw. Ask Mike at Rusty Garage in Homestead. He knows all about that. Thanks for watching the Okie Woodsman channel, and we will see you on the next one.